Hey guys, we got a gorgeous day here in Northeast Pennsylvania. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on this man shed today. I haven't been documenting everything I've been doing on this shed just because, well, you know, it's work and a lot of it's tedious and boring, just is. But I want to keep you up to date on what I'm up to, what I'm doing, how we're doing it, and kind of get a feel for what it's like to do this kind of thing. So we're still working on the board and bat siding, but I'm just about there. And this is kind of stuff that, you know, anybody can do this. They're hemlock boards I got them cut out. Most of them are like 10 to 12 inches wide, really nice, 13s, some of them. I'm putting the bats on. I decided I really was not gonna put the bats on right away, but these boards are still green, they're still wet. I can even just feel the moisture in them as I touch them. But I'd love to have rolled it all out, which would have been easy. Roll and paint and stain on it, and then apply the bats, and then paint the bats, or even paint the bats on sawhorses and do it that way. But I just can't let this stuff sit around that long. So what I've done is installed the bats. I'm not all done yet. Some of these boards have little dips in them. I'm not going to worry about that. So this board's got a dip in it, you can see it, but I don't care. I'm going to leave it on there, and that's going to be fine. I put tar paper behind it and the cleats over the tar paper and the board, so everything should wash off out underneath, and that's a treated sill board. But anyway, back to what I was talking about is getting this thing painted. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to let this stuff dry. Probably, well, we're in springtime now. For some nice clear days in October would be good, maybe late September. Gonna talk to my nephew and see if I can hire him to paint, because he paints like crazy. He'll brush that paint in those boards and it'll last for 20 years. That's my nephew Paul. So I gotta see if I can get him to do that for me, and I think that'll just be my easy way out. Then I don't have to do all that. I've dressed around this window, and up in here I even cut in around the rafters and stuff, because this is not a finished off thing. This was a harness shed at one point. I thought at one point too it was like an old milk house or a little bit of a kind of a dairy processing thing, but so it's not finished up under the soffit. This is my fascia board, which real soon it's going to be getting steel on here. And what I'll do, I'll show you that. We're just going to throw down cleats on the roof and then put galvanized steel on. I think we're gonna just make it look like it's just an old style building. That's my intention anyway. I've got a couple wider gaps, which I'll use some of the wider boards for. I've got 3s, 4s, and 2 1/4. These are the 2 1/4. That's the typical bat, but I'm running low. So on the wider gaps, I'm gonna cut 3s and put them on there. They'll be a little wider. And on some of these other ones, I'm gonna have to cut some 2 1/4 out of another full-size board, I guess. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to, just to finish out the job. So once I get to this corner, guess what? I'm done. I got all the side. No, I'm not. I gotta go up there and do that too. Well, that'll only take me a few minutes, believe it or not, because I've got them all cut and waiting to put up. So, okay, moving along on the little siding project on the man shed here. So I decided to make the Empress happy, because she's all about window boxes and flower boxes. This one was easy. It's an old hog feeder I picked up at a sale for like $2 or something like that, and I just mounted it up under this window. Now she's going to be putting flowers in there, and she has the option. She can put them in pots, or she can fill that with dirt if she wants. Really doesn't matter which way she does it, but I think it looks pretty cute. I think it's going to be a nice effect on there. Yeah, and I use these brackets. I bought these online years ago, and they're actually Amish made. So some Amish kid probably bending these and making these up all day long. They were pretty reasonable, I recall. They were only about $8–10 a piece, which isn't bad for something that's kind of cool like this. So what I'm going to do is mount this bracket over here, somewhere in this general area for this window, and then we're going to mount that box I just made on it. So anyway, the box I made, it's just out of scrap. I mean, I had scrap laying around here. I knew she wanted it. Now's the time to do it. I know I'm not done with the siding yet, but this way I get rid of some scrap. I'll hang it on there, and when she comes out and sees it, she's going to be excited. So, and that's always a good thing, guys. You got to keep the Empress happy and excited. So I'm not going to win any awards as a woodworker or a cooper or anything, but let's face it, the thing's supposed to be rustic, which is my easy out for being kind of shoddy as far as this carpentry goes. I cut a couple slots in it so it drains out. I don't want water puddling up in there. One thing I failed to mention a moment ago is how I did these. Now, I've got these short scraps. That one there. I had a stack of them over here, and I tried to use them up. But you can see what happens with this old lumber. That'll split. It'll split right through there. So what I did is cut out the pattern from this. I just traced this around one of them blocks. So I had a pattern, and then I took the pattern and I made the smaller one out of the pattern. I cut them both the same time, and then I just took a board like so and traced it out around the bigger pattern. But the thing that I think is so clever, oh my gosh, I'm so clever. This grain's going this way, that grain's going that way. I put a couple screws in it, so if it splits and cracks, at least it won't fall apart. Of course, this is pretty tight. It's got knots in it and stuff, so the grain's all squirrely. This one is too, so I think this will hold up for several years. Maybe, who knows, hemlock. It may last for decades, if I'm lucky. And there you have it. Pretty cute. Grand total of 15, 20 minutes. And it's gonna make her day. She's gonna love that. Well, I guess I better get back on track and get onto these bats and finish them off and call this siding job done here shortly. Well, the Empress seems pleased.
I love my window boxes.
Awesome.
And I was really surprised when I came over here and saw they were done.
Yeah, that's the amazing part, isn't it?
I know it is. I saw the chicken feeder one first, and I got all excited, and then I looked at that window, and that one was done, and that one's even nicer. Although I love my chicken feeder. I've been hauling that thing around for like 7 years.
And you're just going to set pots in here.
Yeah, I'm not going to plant it, I'm just going to put pots of plants. Something a little dangly, maybe some nasturtiums, and so I'm not sure what yet. And same with over here. It's my sister, got to take this.
All right, see you later, honey.
Hey.
And there she goes. She's busy. But anyway, she's happy, so you know what that does. Makes me happy. It's a win. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys on the next one.